The NCAA and its 5 power conferences have agreed to allow schools to directly pay players for the first time in the 100-plus year history of college athletics. I wouldn't say this is a good development for the University of Memphis. I also wouldn't say this puts an end to all of the chaos in college athletics, because people are celebrating this like, whew, aren't you glad to hear all of the lawsuits and countersuits, all that's in the past now? Everything's settled? Because that's what the word settlement implies. Like, everything's done here. Mm-hmm. Like, we've reached a settlement. Everything's done here, right? Like in the real world. When Diddy and Cassie reach a settlement, it's like, okay, they're done. This thing between them, whatever it was, that's done now because they've reached a settlement. The word settlement implies we're done here. We're not done here, because even, it's interesting, I'm reading and I'm talking to people, and even lawyers who are involved in this are saying things like, and we'll see what happens next. Because what they are still doing with this settlement is putting a cap on what schools are allowed to pay student athletes. And every other time they put a cap on it and they've gone to court, with few exceptions, they lose, because the courts say you're not allowed to limit what somebody else can make. That's not the American way. Mm-hmm. So the whole reason the NCAA almost went ruleless for a few years is because they were scared to put caps on anything. They were scared to tell anybody you can't make this much money as a student athlete. So they just got out the game. So I don't understand how them saying, well, now we're giving you $20 million. We're giving student athletes $20 million a year. Okay, that's a lot more. It's literally $20 million more than what you used to give every year. That's a nice start. It's still a cap. It's still a cap. Mm-hmm. So it just feels like we're going to end up right back in court until this is collectively bargained with student athletes unionizing and becoming employees. See, we're still not where people have forever said we're going to end up, which is with student athletes as employees and a salary cap that is all collectively bargained and revenue splits that are collectively bargained. We still haven't gotten to that point, which means we ain't at the end yet. But people are talking about this like it's the end. I don't think it is. And there's already one other case still like floating out there that they not ignoring, but they tried to fold it into these other ones, and a judge in Colorado said, no, not yet. So it's a significant day in the history of college athletics, but I don't think it's an end to the chaos. I don't think it's an end to the uncertainty. It's just a big step in the right direction, but it ain't the last step in this direction, I don't believe.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.